Welcome to the Slouch Theory. Oh, Slouch Theory. Slouching. Slouching.
Oh shit! What up, gang? Don't eat. Don't do. All right. Let me start off with this. Do not eat super late and then go to bed. Don't do that. No matter what it is, either. Oh, you think you doing something because it's like healthy? It's like oatmeals or some shit. Don't eat late, yo. Your tummy does not want you to lay down horizontally while still processing food. Why am I telling you this? Because I ate late last night, damn it. The fuck? Learn from my mistakes so you ain't gotta live like this. You gotta give like a really passionate ex-gangster speech, but it's about digestion. Y'all ain't really gotta live like this. If you gonna change your life, change your ways. I started to sound like a civil rights thing more so than a gangster. I think I'll probably do better as a civil rights person versus me being a gangbanger. I don't know. I'm pretty good with the finger twisting stuff. I think I could do it. You know, I like Naruto. So I'm saying, so like, if I'm practicing the Naruto shit, the jutsus, I could definitely throw up a gang sign. You feel me? I think like what Killer Mike was doing with the Bloods and the Crips, getting their own juices and sodas and merch and having storefronts. That's good, man. That's what gangsters need. They just need better business plans. Stop selling crack, nigga. Sell socks or something. You could become an empire or something. Just like gangbanger socks. Nigga, just socks with like a little dime bag hole in it. Not a hole, but like a little pocket on the ankle. So you could slip your work in there. I don't know. Remember when Beanie Siegel was being a visionary. He had some big ass coats with extra pockets in it because he understood for the fashion forward gangster, he was the supplier. Y'all gotta start thinking more broad, man. And gangs, we could have gangs be a respectful members of society. We could have them be productive. Because in all honesty, gangs is just like everything the fuck else. It's just that these motherfuckers is broke and violent. As long as we could get the broke and violent part away, gangs could become mad productive, bro. What's the difference between Crips and the fucking, what's them shits called? Kappas or whatever the fuck, or like Q Dogs. Them niggas got dance, they both got dance moves, right? Crip walk, that's great. The Q Dogs be doing the and eating air pussy or whatever. They both have symbols, right? They have hand signs. They have colors associated with the organization. Gangs are everywhere. It's just that some don't got books. We gotta get our Crip brothers and sisters and our Blood brothers and sisters and all these other gangs to put down the guns and pick up some knowledge. I sound like an asshole. Y'all remember when what's big homie name? With the green eyes. Damn, Smokey Robinson was making a song about not selling drugs and don't shoot your brother 'cause it's wrong. Have love for one another. Yeah, man, anti-violence songs for some reason never slap as hard as the songs about violence. We need the songs that are telling us to not be violent to also have a bass line. Why the fuck Metro Boomin not producing no songs with OG Smokey Robinson, son? Help him help us so we can stop gangbanging. We not gonna listen to the music if it sounds terrible and it got a positive message. You're asking for a lot. You're asking for a lot. Okay? Hey, I bet y'all knew something. Y'all know what I'm about to say. Anybody listening to this, you know what I'm about to say. Everything I just said ain't got shit to do with the podcast I'm about to bring up. None of it. None of it. It was just on my heart and on my tummy because I ate a lot of food quite late. But you know, it is this podcast though. I think I definitely forgot the date already. I think I did, but I know it's in May. But I know the channel. How about that? Fuck the date. I know the channel and I know the name of the show. All right? And I know the homies that's in it. Watch Flatbush Misdemeanors. It's coming on. It's coming. Wow, what a sentence is that? It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on. It's coming on Showtime. Flatbush Misdemeanors on Showtime with the homie. This is who's on this podcast. One of the bros. Son is an actor. My son Napoleon Emill. You feel me? Gonna be on Flatbush Misdemeanors with all the other homies in that bitch. Dan Perlman, Kevin Iso, Kerry Cadet, Kareem Green. This shit crazy, boy. What a year. What a fucking year. Ain't shit lit? Shit is lit. So, hey. Hear me out. This the podcast with Napoleon Emill, Andre D. Thompson.
That was TV, but what side?
Bro, Slouch Theory. Fuck
TV
with it.
TV, boy.
Misdemeanors, Showtime, gang. Uh-oh.
TV1, the channel?
West Side Gun.
Ah, West Side Gun. That's funny. That's the same shit that's playing over here right now. You can hear it?
No, I can't hear it at all. You
That's
can. I was surprised. Can you hear?
It's like going in and out at the moment. I know it's gonna catch up though. Something about to happen, Captain. How's it going over there, Nap?
12% because I was off of because I think this is on Bluetooth.
All right, so maybe whatever.
How about now?
All right, keep going, keep talking. All right, you look fluid.
How's it sound now? We good now?
Yeah, you look fluid. You look like it looked like you caught up. All right.
What about my audio?
What was it before?
The audio good?
Your audio's good.
Oh, I had it. I had it. The music hooked up to the speaker, to the Bluetooth.
Nah.
So the sound is from the same laptop. I had it on my.
Nah, yeah.
Because my phone was dying. That's why I couldn't hook the phone up.
So would it be better if you did it on the phone?
It usually is, yeah.
Would you?
I think it's better for the sound.
All right, the sound is the most important part.
But if it's picking up right now, then it's straight.
That's fair too.
How's it sound now?
I feel confident now. I'm starting to have some faith in it once again.
All right.
Technology is a bitch, man. It really is. It tries to slow us down, although it does help us connect. Damn. Wave spinning, you gonna just do that to a ball, nigga? You gonna just do that to me? All right.
Wasn't that my choice? Didn't you choose that?
That's what you call. Is that the reason? You agreed to this podcast so that you have an opportunity to fucking brush your damn hair in front of me? That's what this whole idea was, Napoleon.
You booked me, bro.
You could have warned me, motherfucker.
Oh, that's a little water from it's got the shower.
Oh, I hope your barber Zeke your shit.
Why would he? We got respect.
I don't know. Suppose it's not within his control. Suppose it's just something that occurred. You know, a disturbance in the shop or something.
We respect each other, bro.
That's what I'm saying. It's not within his control. He didn't consciously make this happen. Somebody bumped him.
Oh, like he accidentally Zeke me?
Like a fucking, let's say, why? You remember that one time cow got loose in the city?
Cow?
One of them days go off. You in the shop getting your shit cut. A fucking loose bull for no reason. Bust through the shop. Homie gotta Zeke your shit. And you can't get mad. A whole bull is in the shop.
Well, here's the thing, right? What part of the cut is he doing?
It's the most
Shape
important part, motherfucker. Right on top of that line,
Shape up,
getting that edge right.
bro. You know I don't give a fuck about wearing hats. We'll just let that shit run its course. I'm
So
like
hold
bald.
on. What would be the thing that would disturb your force?
Would disturb my force. What force?
Nigga, the way you feel after you get in the cut, nigga, when you get a fucking clean ass cut and you get out that chair, nigga, the force of the
Mhm.
Jedi's with you. You feel different. Don't act like it's
Yeah,
just me. All right then,
yeah.
nigga, that one.
So
So
what fucks that up?
what could disturb that?
Probably running into my ex.
All right. You know what? You know what? How they say
Like
God
that's
works in
valid.
mysterious ways or whatever. I bet you now, probably like next week, you're gonna run into your ex.
When the cut is not fresh.
And it's gonna be like you're gonna run into her, and the first thing you're gonna think is be like, what the I said this shit.
Dog, that's how I work, bro. I'm like whenever I say shit like that or think shit like that, it happened.
That's you chucking that up to intuition or
Intuitive, yeah,
manifestation?
I'm intuitive like that, bro. I'm like an empath or some shit.
No, I fuck with that. I've recently been looking up certain things that would be in that same I guess category. So like I'm new to that whole world of even using the word empath or
Yeah, me too, bro. This is like in the man, bro. We both been in quarantine, man. We niggas be looking up
hell
shit, trying
yeah.
to soul search, trying to figure out what is what.
I feel like
Am
we
I
got
about
some
to die?
positivity with that.
Huh?
I'm saying with our time, we it sounded like we tried to use it in a good way.
Try to use it in at least a productive way.
Because that's not language I was using before saying empath. I feel like
Nah,
probably 2017,
that was
if
something
you
that
had
people would
told me
say
that,
to me all the
you'd
time.
make fun of them.
Well, I would make fun of them. They would say I was an empath, and I really didn't understand what the fuck they was talking
Okay,
about.
somebody else was telling you this, like they saw it in
Yeah,
you. It was usually
yeah,
women, right?
yeah.
Of
Cause
course.
I sense bullshit.
Yeah, that's a woman thing to do. Have that aware, not in that sense. I'm saying it in like the ability to be like, that's why like in the Matrix, the Oracle, it was a woman because
Yeah,
she like sees right through all of the shit. That's always like that's like Big Mama. You don't really see
bro. I
that
get it.
so
I get it
much.
from my mom.
See, bro, that's one of those things that I don't know how to properly phrase it, but maybe like if it was honed, it really becomes a skill that you could use like day to day and just become more aware of what situations to avoid, what situations to definitely get into.
It's situations. It is also people, bro. It lets me know
Oh,
how to
absolutely,
avoid
yeah.
people. I mean, it's about trusting your gut, number one, but also it's like people think like people think they're the first niggas to invent shit. So
Absolutely.
they think their energy is like, they think that they manipulative. They think that they being slick, and it's like,
Oh
bro,
shit.
niggas be around. Like that'd be the shit, bro. Because I look younger than what I am, so people be coming at me like I'm younger, and I'll be like, I'm not as young as you think I am. I'll be
Even
35
in
in
the
August.
whole thing about youth too, you could still be young and just 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 a little closer to not being an idiot.
No, that doesn't. Being young doesn't necessarily mean you an idiot. I just
No, I
think
know what you're saying.
I feel like some people mature, some people just grow old.
Yeah,
So it's
in
like
both
it
situations.
ain't a guarantee. You hope that age helps you to mature because you see it more and dealing with more over time and you've seen enough shit. But some people have blinders to adulthood. Like they can pay rent, they can lock their door at night, they can have all the responsibilities of an adult, but don't know how to interact with other. They don't know how to play well with others.
That is perfect as a synopsis of a. It's what you know how like all right because you talk about empaths and everything. So you know how like you're going through your day and say you get a phone call or you encounter a situation, and then immediately the next situation or a phone call or discussion or whatever the fuck you encounter that is unrelated to the first, the content of both ends up being related.
What do you mean?
All right, that
That was
was
so
rough for me.
confusing.
Okay, okay,
I was
okay.
like, word, word.
All right, run this back, run it back, run it back. All right, so you have
Did you write this
situation.
down before you asked?
I have it written down in my head. I have it written down. Situation A, right, is independent of itself. It's moving on its own, at least perceived so. Then there's situation B that immediately follows situation A that also is independent. They are unrelated to
So not a
the
consequence, but it seems like it, like a serendipitous even.
bang bang, yes, right? Serendipity. So that I feel has just taken place with me where the content of both situations ends up being related because it's like one sounded manipulative. And then here we go having our discussion completely unrelated of anything. And manipulation is immediately brought up and just not exploited, but uh explained. And there's like a word for like broken down that I'm looking for.
Unpacked, peeled back.
All of that I fuck with. Yeah, it's just like the complete look and concept of what a manipulator or manipulation is was just imploded.
So, like, I like been reading up a lot about like just different types of like ways of like kind of being and like it's led to like different like I don't know sources for like figuring out different like we are like we're built up off of our impulses, right? We have our impulses, we have the way we react to shit, our responses and stuff. And like the thing I learned about manipulation, and it's like this is for like self, right?
Yeah,
So like sometimes we don't know what we're doing. We don't know we're manipulating, right? Or
yeah.
trying to manipulate.
Unconscious of it.
And it's as simple as it's like it's subconscious, right? So like it's as simple as if I'm in a conversation, if I'm worried about your reaction or how to sway that reaction or how to control that reaction, that's
Yeah.
manipulation. So, it's not always for bad, right? We manipulate audiences on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? There's no harm there. Like we're not hurting anybody, but when that manipulation leads to like,
Causing them to laugh.
yeah, I mean in that sense, yeah, but I'm saying on the other side of that, when that shit causes, suffering for somebody else, you know what I'm saying? That's like the
Okay.
negative type of manipulation. Like sometimes it's like for us, it's like a job. It's the way we deal in business. It's like actors, musicians, like,
Yeah.
we all like have to manipulate this like facade because we're performers. So
Okay.
it's like it's a presentation. But like yeah, man, people do that shit on a regular basis, man. Everybody's always trying to like have an edge on the other person across from them. It's like comparison.
I feel like just in general, living life with trying to figure out a edge is just a rough choice to fucking choose, man. I feel like it's not necessary and it makes shit way harder than it has to be. Like things that don't even have to be combative ends up being combative because you go into it with your gun out trying to combat.
Well, yeah, if you go into something charged up, bro, I mean,
And no matter
I've,
whatever
I've, I've gone
adjective, I
into,
guess, like
I've
charged up,
approached,
pimped up, hold up, whatever energy you come in with, it's like something gonna come out with that shit with it, man.
well, I've gone into like, having to meet up with someone or to like have a meeting or like link with someone who we're meeting up to discuss a difference that we had. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And it's like, in your mind, you want conversations or things to go one way, but in reality, you only really have control over you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like you can't go into those situations, but like, I hope this works out in this way. It's like, you know what? I'm making a choice to bring this type of energy
Yeah.
versus that type of energy. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that other person does is on them. And then it's in your hand how to respond. But that also has to be a part of the game plan. Like to make sure you got your responses in check. You know what I'm saying? Like to make sure that you can look back at it and be like, all right, I played that well. I was calm, I was smooth, I was whatever.
It's like the biggest thing, speaking about like, recent new ways of thinking, is me asking why to a bunch of shit. Like that's being my general.
How long you been doing that shit?
You know what? Here's the thing too. There's two timelines. The timeline I'm aware of, and then my unaware timeline. Where,
Well, once you acknowledge it, then you're aware of it, right?
yes, but it's still on a separate timeline because the
So,
time that it was happening when you were unaware doesn't mean it wasn't happening. It's just that it was happening unconscious to you.
well, yeah, well, it's on a smaller scale. Is how I look at
Same
it, right?
scale.
So me, I look at why I do comedy, right? See, I think I'm a naturally funny person, right? I have like my own disposition and my skewed vision on shit, and I try to get that shit out because I think it makes more sense than what somebody else is saying. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like that's like the base of that. But the reality is, like, I'm always been a learning person. I've always been seeking out answers. I've always been curious, and that goes back to when I was a child. Like I remember people always telling me, like, you ask a lot of questions, but not like in a negative way, not like in like, damn, like shut up. It was just like, no, that's good. You always want to like know more and more, and you
Like
go kind of deeper
inquisitive.
on the subject. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
And that was something that people would. I remember when I was 6, people would say that to me over and over and over. I'm always like, huh, just kind of curious, just kind of like, and I'm always in investigation mode mentally.
All right. And you feel like you were always aware that you were doing it at 6 years old, you were conscious and going, now is my time to investigate.
No, it was natural
All
when I
right,
was
so you
a
see what I'm
kid,
saying? In that same situation, there's
but
two
now it's natural.
timelines.
I'm aware to talk about it in this sense, but like when I'm doing it, when it's happening, it's not me like consciously being like, let me ask a question, let me figure this out, let me
Yeah.
make another
So
Google
in
search,
order
let
to
me.
answer the original question of how long have you been thinking this way, there's the answer of how long I've been aware that I've been thinking this way. And the awareness of me asking why it feels extremely recent to me, to the amount that I've been asking why. Because I feel like maybe there's also that where it's been consistent in my person, but in degree it's increased. So like now I ask why way more often or on a broader scope. So
You can hear
more
that
things. If I can hear something frying,
playing.
nah.
All right, good.
But you done made me go into a tangent now. Now I'm thinking about planes. I swear to God, I'm thinking about planes, flights, fucking
I'm thinking like
airlines.
now everything you said in the past minute has just been hot. You like my subconscious, but my regular awareness and unaware conscious. Like I'm like, bro, just say your whole life. Just say your whole life.
Hey man, I don't know.
I could tell.
I'm just saying it
Nah,
how it's
dude,
coming out.
you do know.
You know what I'm saying?
You a
I'm just
wordsmith, bro. I see you do it on a regular basis.
yeah, but like that's the thing. It's like even when I say I don't know, I'm aware of how I mean and how I'm using the term I don't know. I'm saying it like in a degree.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. I say I don't know in a way like some people might think of it like sometimes as willful ignorance, right? But in another way, I look at it like I'm also opening myself up to have my mind changed as well. So it's like it's not me being like, I don't know. It's like shit. If you know something better, put me on.
bro. And now let me ask you this: the times the person who's like showing anger or any type of negative emotion towards your answer of I don't know is usually a person who's not that bright. Hmm.
Is that a question?
It's a question I'm asking.
Okay, ask it
In your
again.
life, would you agree to that?
Would I agree to what?
That the times when you go, I don't know, and then the person goes, "What do you mean you don't know?" Or whatever other negative response is usually that person is kind of dumb.
All right, I ain't gonna say that.
All right, not that
But it's
bright. Can
like,
I say it in a nicer way? Fuck.
well, I would say they're disagreeing with me in that moment, and I mean, it'd be one way to be like, oh, they dumb because I'm smart.
No,
But yeah,
not even dumb because I'm smart. Dumb because you or just that person in that situation in that time, dumb. That has nothing to do with me. I could be here and not be here. You
see,
not knowing this part of thing still makes you in that circumstance dumb.
so hold on, give me an example, bro. I'm trying to like
All right.
make a scene out in my head. What's happening? How does this play out?
Okay. So if you talking about like new ways of thinking and oh shit, you talk about just like how rap changed in a sense of what people used to be saying before and what they saying now and what's okay to say before versus what's okay to say now and not okay. All of that stuff is just in like timelines of consciousness
I
of a
feel like yeah,
group.
I think first in general, our ways of speech is always like kind of evolving, right? Kind of like over time, like things people lollygagged and shit talked about 100 years, like okay, comedy, right? The same. There's jokes that were like hitters that were in like the 1950s, like killers, closers. That you try to repeat some of those jokes, like say if they were never said, and you said that joke word for word in today, in present time, it ain't gonna hit the same. You know what I'm saying? That there could
The
be
word
structure
for
to it,
word factor is huge.
word for word, but I mean
The
like not
word
even
for
just
word
word for
part is a
word,
big
just
key.
tone, energy, how you deliver a joke, all that shit evolves over time. So like our speech evolves over time, just like what we what we focus on evolves over time. So it's like I think over time, especially with art, anything that's like expression, like it's going to get deeper. It's like
If
you
they're
know,
doing it right.
if I mean yeah, and usually it's done right because stuff is meant. A lot of stuff happens. It gets a notice off of shock value, right? So it's like you can't shock people the same way twice. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't repeat
Well,
the same.
almost yes and no, because it's done a lot where people get shocked by the same shit a lot,
Well,
especially with the masses.
that's just like people being full of shit. At that point, it's like
Okay. Well, I mean,
it
that's
don't
a
have.
large
It could
number
be
of people
upsetting.
though.
It could be
Like,
upsetting. It doesn't. But shocking is another thing, right?
bro, they
Upsetting.
really
Like,
are. Look, think about how many people is shocked about the Capitol Hill riot shit, whose responses were, "I cannot believe that this could
that
ever
they
take place."
shoot at a bunch of
Oh
the
my god,
cops shoot at a bunch of white people. No, why would they be shocked? That's
they was
bullshit.
shocked.
That's what they say, but that's living under a different guise. Like it's like I don't know. Well, I'll say this: I can't assume for anybody, bro. It's like people have different walks. People come from different environments. People who are privileged, a lot of them do not realize that they are privileged. They do not realize.
That's a
So
fucking bar. Hell yeah,
we become aware
true.
of shit, like especially as like black men, like as black people in general, we become aware of stuff at younger age because we have to be aware. We have to know our surroundings to a certain extent. Like, yeah, I mean, we human like anybody else. We're complex. You have idiots. You have people who
But
are
it's
intelligent.
what we
People who are
become
sharp.
aware of at a certain age. That's the thing. It's like
What?
it's not. You know what I'm thinking? It's like this. All right, the black kid that grew up in the hood, grew up in a rough environment, became aware of certain life truisms or whatever the fuck at a certain age. But the other kid that's affluent, that grew up in a nice neighborhood, got money and everything, the shit that they become aware of that's still of huge life importance is just a different type of lessons. So the young kid that had to learn the rough way had to learn, how to avoid
Well, the
getting
objective is
shot, how
to
to
share information. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
but it's
That's what it's
it's it's
supposed.
not
That's what
that
it's
one
supposed to.
didn't get information that's valuable. They both got some lessons that were needed for their
So,
environment, but they also both missed out on some lessons that wasn't
well, that
necessarily
depends
within their
on the
environment.
environment they go to after that,
If they
because
could get there though,
say those two separate people, right, go to the same environment after that. What helps the other, right? Or they go not saying like the
the
same.
environment matters though.
What if those two people move to a place that is the same, but they come from two different places, right? So the way they approach that place is different, right? So you say someone
What?
who is a little
Oh,
bit
in
more
your
street
situation,
savvy.
talking about a person with the same amount of money, they both had the same amount of money.
No. You were just talking about a vice versa, right? Like
I was talking
someone,
about a situation where a kid comes from no cash, rough,
yeah,
nothing, and an
someone
affluent
who,
kid.
yeah, and say
Their
like,
life lessons at 10 and 11 years old are going to be different.
so like you look at this city, right? We have people on top of each other, all from different backgrounds, all from different levels of tax bracket, of money, income, like all of that,
Yeah,
different home lives, all of that, all live on
yeah,
top of each other in this city, whether they're local, whether they're transplants from somewhere else. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And it's how we navigate. It also helps how we navigate this city. Also, it's like um, you're from this area. You know what I'm saying? My family's from this area, so I'm familiar with this area. So
Tell
there's
the
no
people where
like,
you're originally from, if you would like
huh?
to. Tell the people where
What's
you're
that?
originally from.
I'm from North Carolina. I'm from
North
Charlotte.
Carolina,
But my
Charlotte.
parents are born and raised in Brooklyn, grew up in the same neighborhood, in Gowanus Projects, which is downtown Brooklyn. And then, my grandparents are from Bed-Stuy, so spent a
Mm,
lot of time there growing up as well. That's where I live currently. But
mm.
but yeah, the shit is like they're gonna navigate this city differently. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
someone who has a little bit more street wit knowledge, IQ, higher street IQ. You know what I'm saying? They're going to survive and get around, and they're going to be able to obtain, a living situation just off their sharpness, right? And then you have someone who comes from an advantage, right? They'll be able to, have the leg up and getting work and getting a good paid job and be able to get the, more ideal apartment or living situation and possess that. You know what I'm saying? Like there's no like there's different approaches to the race, but like it can still be like, done from both angles, right?
Hmm.
So it's like, yeah, there's a benefit for both, right? But there's also like, the person, depending on how far they got, right? Education wise, like I didn't go to college, you know what I'm saying? So like did not have the paperwork, right? I didn't have the degrees to get a job or get into a career that was really mentally challenging. Like, like the jobs I had before, I won't say
No,
they
you could
weren't
be like
mentally.
in a trade or something like that without a
Well, I mean,
college.
I was
And
an
that's
electrician.
mentally challenging in a
Yeah, like
motherfucker.
I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. It wasn't like the jobs I had before weren't, but
Electrical work?
there was
Shit.
more. That's why I got into electrical because because of the complexity of it. But it wasn't
Mechanic?
the challenge I was
Plumbing?
looking for. It wasn't the challenge I was looking for.
No, that's true. It's a different challenge. Absolutely.
It's a different type of challenge.
Different type of
Like
challenge, man.
I work with my hands, so it serves that purpose. But it's I also have uh, a way of speaking with people and kind of like engaging with people that it helped in jobs like because I did cable because of my electrical background. I installed cable for like so it helped with all of that. It's all useful stuff. But, getting into comedy was just kind of like me wanting to express these ideas kind of just outside of trying to just get a good Yelp review. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get good like write up.
Yeah. You didn't get into it because you were like, I want to get an article about me. That's not what you were saying when you was fucking starting out.
Nah, I got into it. I was just
You was just
so
funny as fuck. Wanted to
I
just
was
jump
I
in.
was I was funny as fuck, but I think it was mainly because I got into comedy mainly because I thought doing comedy would really like attack a fear of mine, which was
Okay.
just public speaking.
Mm.
I had a problem speaking in front of like groups
Wow,
like
I
the
didn't know that. That's different.
yeah. So I got into it because that was one of the few reasons why
Face
I
the
got into
fear.
it. That was the thing that kind of kept me from it. And I got to a point where I had done enough work and I had enough
Life
common
shit.
sense to realize like if I just get up on stage enough times, like it will be less and less of a factor to be afraid to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like it'd be less and less I'll be like 3 months in and be like, why was I afraid of this? I should have did this before. And I'm like, well,
Yo,
let's just like
fear is
start today.
wild, son.
I was like, just start today. I remember being up in I remember when I first moved up here, I thought I needed to move up here to get away and be around strangers to kind of work on it without any type of limitations, like mental
Yeah.
limitations for myself. So I relocated. I came up here because my family's from here. It was easy to like just relocate and think like I'm familiar with this place. But like I was afraid. So I would go to like a couple mics a week and I would bark on like Friday, Saturdays, but and bark is when you like yell at people to like
Yeah.
from the street to like, hey, come see this
Yo,
shit.
you want to see a show? All
Yeah,
right. Nope. Fuck
exactly.
me. Cool. Yeah.
Excuse me.
And most of the times people do not want, they don't fucking want to, man, get away
Nah,
from
man,
me.
you learn a lot about yourself. You
Oh,
be,
hell yeah. I was trash at barking. I
bro.
was
I was
booty at that
good at
shit.
it, and then I was bad at it. Like I was good, and then I was bad. Like I would like go out there and I would have like a great
I
time. But
freeze up
I
sometimes.
think that shit is like, I think that's just because niggas don't get checked up on and motherfuckers be having like real mood swings and depressions. Some days they be hot,
Yo,
some days they be off of it. It be
I
hot and
used to get
cold.
freezed up, bro. I used to like see a couple and be like, all right, I'm gonna say something to them, and then like start walking close and they be like, ah, just not say shit.
Bro, I thought that I had to do that, right? I thought I had to get over that. I was like, getting over this will help me get over this fear of being on
Yo,
stage. If I could like
fear,
approach
dude.
people and stop strangers, I got to the point where I was like stopping people who I would have been intimidated by to stop, like like a huge like family of 6, all adults. Like I was just like,
That's funny.
you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like, dang, but I wanted to like try to make money. That was my job when I first moved up here, and like I felt like if I can engage with a group of people, if I can like get them to pay for tickets from a stranger, a huge black dude in the middle of Times Square, you know what I'm saying? Like
Damn, son.
then I'd be on to some type of like route of kind of figuring this out.
Wow. I come like, wow. I didn't even know you sold tickets. I remember you used to bounce.
Well, when I met you, I was selling tickets and Oz, who worked the door at the
Yeah.
time, Oz and Drew worked the door at the time. Shout out New York Comedy Club, I
Hell yeah. Shout out to the
guess. Since I
squad.
mentioned those guys, I mentioned names.
Hell yeah. That's the
but
squad.
yeah, I was like I was working in the square and like Oz was like, bro, he was like, I'm gonna take like a couple if I take a couple nights off, can I like hit you up to come like just work the door? He's like, they'll let you do it easy. Like that's like automatic.
Yeah.
That's like yeah, you passed the eye test. I was like, yeah, of course. I'll come make a couple dollars doing that. And yeah, so he hit me up one night to fill in for him, and that's when I met like you and like Dave and like
Yeah. Oh
Drew
shit.
and fucking James and all you guys are doing late night at that time. Phil, like all you guys
Yo,
coming doing late night.
that shit, son. Like it feels so hilarious to look back and be like the amount of time that passed.
So that was 2014, G.
and then it don't. It's I was like just last night I was coming home from doing a spot and I'm on my way home. I'm parking and shit, and I'm like in the car. I'm like laughing. I'm like, yo, this shit feel new to me still. It feel like I'm just now starting, and it's like it's been literally 10 years this year. This October make it 10.
This November would make it 7 years for me. But like you could subtract a year, man. We just spent this whole time in the crib.
I was fucking doing the fuck out them Zoom shows.
All
And
right, man. So was I, man. But I was just trying to like give you out.
I enjoyed what I did comedy wise in 2020. Everything else kind of 2020.
No, straight up, no. I still created. I still
Yeah.
wrote. I still
We was
performed.
calling each other every day, writing together, and just chatting. I enjoyed that shit.
It was productive. It was productive.
We was on remember fucking House Party.
Yeah, I remember
We was on House Party, goofing off. We was on Clubhouse bullshitting. I had a good time. In that side of what 2020 was.
That was like
pocket,
quarter one of the pandemic.
Yeah, in that pocket, bro, of what comedy was during that shit, I enjoyed it.
I feel like we as a community got more supportive, like because like
God,
before that though, I never FaceTime. I never did none of that shit. I never FaceTime like
yeah.
I always thought that shit was depressing.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, man, I'm not fucking.
I definitely
But
learned.
in reality, I think deep down, I was like, what if they don't pick up? That'll hurt.
But even that, bro, like I've learned to just do it. Like I've learned to just call people now, to just send text, even if it's like, but I text them the last time, and it's like, well, shut the fuck up. Anytime I feel like that, I feel like that's just my ego being unnecessary.
Yeah, bro. But
right now, you being useless, ego. Go sit down.
It's better to kick that habit. It's better to kick that habit.
It's just like, just do what you want to do in the right way.
Yeah. It's like, you be like, oh, it's like from like movies I remember seeing as a kid. They were like, oh, you got to wait 3 days before you call a girl when she gives you a number. I'm like, 3 days, bro. I'm like,
they trying to make sure you don't talk to her.
She's married now. She was single when you
they're trying to make sure you don't talk to her. 3 days.
Oh, 3 days.
Well, I gotta wait shipping time that I like you. That's dumb as shit. Amazon get here too, motherfucker.
You gotta go right into that DM.
What am I doing waiting 3-4 days for?
Yeah.
I remember times where I was like,
bro, it's like keep it real, G. Like face your fears. That's it.
Face your fears in everything though. Like that doesn't just stop at where people think it stops at that superficial level. Face your fears goes down to,
I think that's the base of all of it.
I'm gonna fuck up. Microscopic. I don't feel confident in that one.
All those weird pride, ego things just mainly comes out of fear, bro. That just be like motherfuckers' fear of
pride,
shit.
Ego, fear.
Fear of look,
the
fear of being looked at a certain way. It's like, no, you carry your own self at this point.
Those 3 things will fuck your life up. You don't balance them bitches. It's not that you have to. All right, so here's the thing. Here's how I think the recipe goes. Where
this podcast started?
Right? I think fear got to get completely eliminated. Then ego has to get balanced, and pride has to get balanced. Elimination of those 2 aren't required. Balance is a better use.
I think you have to learn how to like maneuver it the right way. So it's like a lot of times I'm not disagreeing with you now, but what I'm saying is like there's like a time and a place, man. We've all heard that phrase. It's like,
absolutely,
you know, with work, with your job, with your career, sometimes like that ego, that confidence, right, can help you, right? It can benefit you. But it's like you got to know when to cut that energy off. You know what I'm saying?
The ego thing.
When you get around like your family and close relationships and your partners and stuff, you got to learn how to like kind of like not.
Not
It's
what?
like not use those same things. It's like when you get around your friends, you don't want to like kind of have that. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're trying to advance in your job, you know what I'm saying? And it's like you work solo, right? You may work with other people, but you're like, you got to have the initiative. You got to bring certain things. Or you got to have a descript, a specific eye to like know, like oh, this we can cut this. We can like save money. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have to have that kind of like energy. You know what I'm saying? But like, when it comes to like dealing with like your brother, you know what I'm saying? Like your sister, like
Okay.
your children, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You have to like know like those same things that give you the ability to be like that at work are like great things to have sharpness at home and to provide and stuff like that and create a good space. But it's like you don't want to use that on people. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want to ever be using that like weaponizing abilities. You don't want to
Yeah,
weaponize
because
any.
that's what manipulation is, man. That's what
Yeah.
that's what that is. You're manipulating now. Like I said, there's a good way of it, right? Like in what we do as a prime example, right? We manipulate the audience into laughing. You know what I'm saying?
I don't. You know what? Maybe there's a way to say in my brain where I don't know if we manipulate them. I feel like we find
No, man, I
the
guess it's not
thing
manipulated, but I mean, because it's kind
we
of a
agree
heavy
on.
word.
No,
What's
I
that?
get what you're saying. I'm just trying. I'm just going. What could possibly, be happening also in my head, and I feel like if
We
there's a
strike laughter. We engage, so we kind of like it's like it's not manipulation, but we definitely control the situation, the setting.
yeah, it is like a maestro situation going on as far as the shape of the thing and the context. It's an agreed upon situation. That's what. Speaking about Zoom shows, the way to have a successful Zoom and an unsuccessful, make it so that the person who's doing the set is the only voice and video being heard, and there's no other
People still do that.
engagement being displayed. That's an unsuccessful Zoom show. That
Is
won't go
people
well.
still, are people still running their Zoom shows like that?
I've seen it be done, bro. So a good
I mean, I've
one.
seen it done, but that was more like when niggas didn't know what they was doing.
Hey, man, bro, comedy's been around for a long time. Don't you see people still fail at it? So that doesn't mean anything anymore, right? It's about
Yeah, but
competency,
like some of that stuff is
wanting to
just
do it
technical
right.
stuff. It's like, hey,
So
turn your mic so we want to hear you laugh.
yeah, so another way to have a proper Zoom show is everybody's mic is on, and we just agree to not interrupt. We're all equal
Well,
adults,
as long as that's the vibe, but people gonna do what they're gonna do.
but it's not even about what people, because even when we use that term, we're talking about the lowest version of functioning humans, and I'm not trying to
We
include
just talking
those.
about assholes, man.
Yeah, I'm not trying to include those. That's not my type of people. I don't fuck with them. That's a y'all do your own thing over there. I'm talking about the people who have functioning brains that can understand the worth of themselves and others and be like, all right, this is the context of to this is the context that we can enjoy this art the best way possible. So that we all agree, let's let this one person do the thing. And when we'll use our fucking brain and understand when to communicate, because they'll let us know when it's the right time to let it organically work. And it's a good trip for everyone. But the times where you can't just agree upon something, you have an issue. It's the same situation in the live setting. When we do stand up in the regular rooms, it's an open fucking room with adults with their whole lives in the back of their cerebellum in their brain, all agreeing at the same time to be like, I'm gonna shut up and let this other brother or sister talk,
Well, bro,
and
it's
then
set
that's
up
it.
that it's a dark room, spotlights on us. We're on an elevated level with
Yeah,
the stage. We
for
got
an
a
allotted
microphone.
amount
We're
of time.
amplified.
Because before the show and after, shit get real different. We all been there after the show, and you kill it. There's always still things that are consistent no matter what the result was, where we're humans and we see each other eye to eye. There's certain shit we just can't do if we really trying to do this life and human shit correctly in those moments. We got to acknowledge certain parts of each other in order to keep this shit going that we've agreed upon, this whole societal thing we got moving here. Otherwise, chaos every day, all the time.
Yeah.
Facts. I like what you did there.
I agree.
Mm.
Okay. I feel like I should elevate this shit. Like bring
Elevate
it up.
what? Oh, you talking about the actual camera?
Yeah, man.
Man, I thought you were saying like the conversation. I was like, all right, tell me what you about to tell me. Nigga, put me on.
Nah.
you said I feel like I should elevate this shit. I'm like, this nigga knows something ill. What you about to say, Phil? Let me know.
Check this out, G.
Check this out. I swear to God. That's why I perked up and sat this way. I was like, you about to say some fire.
Ooh, we like, ooh.
I feel like I should elevate this I really thought that's what you said, bro.
I'm sorry if I misled you.
I was ready to go on the trip, but now that had me going, thinking about rap, because that's the second tangent 2 times that it's like I'm gonna have to address. Otherwise, it kind of disturbs me. It sits in the back of my mind like I need to say something about it, and if I don't, I'll end up saying it even if the podcast is over. And then I'm like thinking about it, and I'll end up texting you a thing, which is gonna be odd because it's hours later. All this time I'm talking, I could have just said the things that was on my mind. I'm just say the things that's on my mind. The thing about the planes, and then the thing with rap. First, I'm gonna go with the planes. I have received a letter in the mail for the first time that looks like it's about mileage, right?
Like frequent flyer mileage.
Exactly.
All right.
Right? Now, I've had a passport, I've used it, I've flown places, yada yada, and never got that before. But after they've announced the New York is opening up and she's supposed to the vaccination numbers, I get this advertisement of frequent flyer miles. I ain't fly nowhere all 2020. No, not all 2020. Before March and back, I was flying. But once the shit started, no flying happened.
Yeah.
I get the mail, and now my conspiracy brain, which I just recently started to use, I didn't have this before all of this shit happened. I wasn't a part of the conspiracy shit pre-pandemic. After the pandemic, I started to look at certain conspiracies and be like, all right, what the fuck's going on here? And I just find it odd to get that type of mail
Mail or
now.
message?
Huh?
Mail, like email or like message?
No. Letter.
So.
And it's like, why are advertising flight like this now?
Dog, you ain't off the grid. What you think?
Explain that.
You ain't off the grid. How else, bro? You out here living your regular life. You just was on TV. Why would they not know what you got going on? It's like with
I feel
IG.
like it's just like
But
little
IG
setups,
send me
bro.
an ad for like, they'll send me like I'll start seeing ads for like fucking what's the thing? Like fucking I don't know, like laptops. If I start looking up laptops, or I'll start looking up sneakers, right? I'll start seeing all this like
all the sneaker
all
ads.
this sneaker shit, all this like, oh, fucking hats.
And I feel like it's a not even a test. I possibly could be looking at it like a test to see if I can like not fuck up and fall for it. But it looks like it's something to fall for.
Sometimes it's what you need, G. Like sometimes, sometimes they put you on some shit. You be like, I could have used that.
I could have actually used that. So not everything is out to get me.
Nah, man. Sometimes that shit is beneficial. Sometimes I'll be looking for shit, and then I'm just looking, and I'm like, all right, I'll come back at it later. And then all of a sudden, I'm like jumping on Instagram to get off it, and then I see what I was looking for. I'm like, oh, this looks doper though. Boom,
All right.
right?
In my brain, I
That's Jen,
connected that
right?
flight shit to aliens because this is the same time. It's around the same time they started to admit all of these random sightings. Now they're starting to admit all of this research that they've been doing, and they're just loosely saying it, pushing it right in between like other articles and other pieces of news. They're like trying to like
Yeah,
gloss
you have
over it.
some people say that's bullshit. They say all those sightings were people saying they saw UFOs, right? But in reality, they were like, weapons that the government was like trying out and flying, like stealth planes and shit like that.
You don't believe in aliens now?
Bro, I think it's like ridiculous to think that we are the only like
There we
conscious
go.
beings
All right, man.
out here in this universe. Like this the one planet with people walking around talking. All right, that's ill.
and then even further with that, those be the same people that would accept the idea of other planets, right? They'll accept a Mars, they'll accept Saturn, they'll accept saying,
They just
Pluto,
think they're
Venus, and
rock.
all of that.
People can't. Dog, some people can't take it, man. It's like that ignorance is bliss shit is like sometimes it's active.
Yeah.
It's like dog, if some people can't take the idea like, oh dog, there might be living, breathing things on all of these other planets, and some of them have the ability to like come check our shit out, and we don't have the ability to check their shit out. It's like we ain't got no boundaries, and they got all the boundaries because they could come pull up on us. We don't have the technology to pull up on
You
them.
know
Like,
what? I was watching this documentary. I think it's CE5, if I'm saying it right. But it was the concept basically is showing how the view or the perspective on aliens is taught to us to be like it's something to look at in a fearful manner. You were talking about fear earlier.
it's like
It's,
propaganda type shit.
yeah, it's everything that is looked at to be outside of us is supposed to be a threat to us.
Yeah, man,
Which,
that's what racism is.
come on, son. Wow. Mad people don't get that. And that's why people fucking they stupid, man. They slowing us up, son.
Well, it's like they say, like the
Damn,
individual.
Napoleon teach people. Go around the earth and give lessons, nigga. Write a book. The
He's
fuck?
saying I should tour. I should go on the road.
Shit.
He's saying I should go on the road, G.
People need this. Why they don't think like that?
Because dog, that's how most people. It's like it's too much to handle, bro. It's too much to put on certain people, man. It's like for me, it's
What
like
do we do with those people?
well, it's like this. If you don't get that information soon enough, yeah. It's like if you like I remember I only feel that way because I heard my dad say that as a kid to somebody at a cookout
Okay.
who didn't believe in aliens. Like we were at a cookout and he was just like, yo, you for real? He was like, you think we just the only ones that get to walk
Oh
around?
man.
He
I
was
wish I could be there. Your pop's a legend.
he was like, what kind of like he's like, look at he's like that's like a god complex, yo. He was like, that's crazy. He was like,
And yo, the God complex, when used incorrectly, causes planetary destruction.
yeah,
And if you need proof, look at
look
what
at the news.
happened all across history to those who thought they had the solution to the world.
Yeah.
Anytime one person be like, I'm not gonna fix everything, shit start going wrong.
That's who the best villains are.
Shit start going wrong.
That's when motherfuckers start getting like, infinity stones and closing their fist.
Oh my goodness, man.
They're like, half of niggas gotta go. Like, whoa, why do you get to decide, G?
Why, yeah, you ain't even sort you out. You don't like yourself. You got a bad ankle.
You got bad relationships with your kids,
Your
bro.
stomach
You
hurt
over
every
here.
day. Yeah, your auntie don't even like you, nigga. Sort you out.
I was like, how is your beard just your skin?
You ain't had sex in 7 years. You just be beating off every day. You sad as shit.
No, he probably don't, which is even worse, G.
Nah, possibly if he didn't, it'll probably like make him like turn into like some Dalai Lama guy or something, like
He didn't jerk
transcend
off?
or something. If you just like never
He
did it,
thought
and
he
you just
was.
fucking just floated every day, just fucking, and then Yeah, nigga, that's how people be like turning into, I don't know, like mystical shit. They
Like
sit
you
in the
just
dark
elevate.
room.
You don't jerk off for like how long? How long you gotta not jerk off for?
I don't know, bro. They probably sit in like a dark
week?
room
Like a
and
week?
and sit in like a certain position and never ever fucking
Touch your
touch
dick.
and just sit there, and they probably like start glowing or something.
What if you
like
gotta
that.
go to the bathroom? They gotta touch your dick for that.
They probably don't. They probably like hover it over an area.
Probably sit down in that case, though.
That's what you ever seen martial arts, the horse stance? They just horse stance it. Boom. Actually, humans do not have any requirement to sit down in order to use the facilities. It was modern Western, that culture over there in Europe. Toilet shit that made that up. You don't got to do that. You can just
It's the Western influence that made us afraid to pee on our legs. You know what I'm saying?
How the fuck would you pee on your leg, bro? How would this happen to you?
No, not me. But wouldn't most women pee on their legs?
Why wouldn't she just have the intuition to move one leg wider or squat or some type of if she can't use that brain, we have a problem with that young lady. Something's wrong with her. We need help.
So you're saying
she needs a helmet.
What? We could all do what? The same.
All right.
You say piss outside?
No.
Or just like
no.
piss in and up?
No. I'm
You need to
saying
sit down.
you asked what if the guy needs to pee? And I'm saying in that situation, that guy who's some like super freaking spirit man, he wouldn't need.
I said he would probably sit down.
And I'm saying he wouldn't need to do that. He would do some like natural human squat float position thing. Cause he's like, he's like a meta human.
I see this man taking the chill route.